Hey boys and girls, it is me, Deadly Samuel, and I am back this time with a post-commentary version of a double match that I played. I actually did live commentary for this, but as you're going to see, this match does go on for quite a while, if you couldn't guess from the length alone, so I actually took the liberty of speeding it up a bit. So that's why I decided to do post, so I could speed it up and then do commentary over it, like this. This is also how a lot of the battles I used to watch went, so this guy's got... actually I forgot what his team was. It's kind of weird actually. This guy's not using a particularly interesting strategy or anything, but I thought that this match kind of showed off what my team does pretty well. This is kind of a variation of the team I was using last time, but this time it now has more of a sand element. It's interesting because it's got Trick Room, which also serves to counter Trick Room, but it also has Tailwind on Corviknight. I usually don't use Trick Room that much. It's mainly just for Gastrodon because Gastrodon has Curse. Anyway, this guy has what I think is a Choice Scarf Gengar who goes for Thunderbolt on my guy, and I was kind of like, well, that's rude. So yeah, I thought that this Orbeetle was going to do what mine does and set up or do Follow Me or something. So I was like, okay, full offense on that thing, don't let it get anything done. But it actually goes down really easily even after a Reflect, so obviously it's nothing like mine. It's not defensive at all. I actually looked at its moveset after the match. It didn't even have Hypnosis or anything, it just had dual screens and something else. It didn't even have Follow Me either. So pretty interesting set. That thing goes down though, and the Gengar, actually, I just didn't see an item on it. At least I don't think I did. It would be embarrassing if it got leftovers or something, and I just didn't notice. But I assume it's Scarfed because if it was Specs, it probably would have killed me. So I'm like, okay, this thing's gonna go down next because it'll be easier to KO than the Perrserker. Because honestly, I don't even know what these things do. So maybe that's partly why I wanted to leave it alive, just so I could see what it do. Anyway, Thunderbolt comes out, and yeah, I just switch into my ground type, which you should have expected. Dumbass, get screwed. Or Curse spawning me, whatever. So yeah, 2 Pokemon down. This match is going to be quick, right? No, this Perrserker uses Curse. I didn't even know they got Curse. I actually looked at their stats. I thought they'd be way faster than they actually are. But honestly, they don't seem to be that good. And this guy's using a Curse variant. Not even in a Trick Room routine, which is interesting. But, yeah, so then he sends out this Golisopod, which I find out is actually speed, it has speed investment, which is really odd for a Golisopod because it's so bulky, but its speed stat is terrible. Usually you'd expect just to see max HP, max attack or something like that. But yeah, this guy actually outspeeds both my Scrafty and my Gastrodon. I think my Tyranitar outspeeds though, and I get off one of those breaking swipes on it. When I saw that move when I was playing through the story, I was like, damn, that's so cool. But it seems that only a few dragon types can learn it, so it's not actually that good. It's pretty decent though when you're going up against a team which uses all... Oh wait, it did outspeed my Tyranitar. That's kind of weird. Yeah, so this thing had a lot of speed investment. Pretty interesting set. And so yeah, I go for the lowered attack. The Reflect he set up, I actually completely forgot about it. At this point, I was like, the Reflect... I just didn't have it in mind. I was just like, okay, these guys are just that bulky that I just don't do any damage. So he finishes me off with the thing, and now he's buffing his defense by using that. And one thing I didn't actually realize, or I just forgot before this battle, is the buffs from Dynamax and Gigantamax moves affect the whole team. Because I'm only used to seeing them in single battles and stuff, but they actually affect the whole team. Which is kind of... It's kind of annoying here because it means that this Golisopod is just so goddamn bulky at this point. Same with the Perrserker. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to set up a Reflect. And this is actually the clutch play. I think getting this Reflect up is what allowed me to win. So yeah, this Corviknight thing is I don't actually know if it's better stat-wise than Skarmory, but Skarmory's not in this game, so you kind of have to use this thing anyway if you want that kind of thing. But look how bulky this guy is. I thought that I'd be dead if this guy had Aqua Jet, but he didn't. But it seems, even without the Reflect, I would have been able to take a Aqua Jet, because I only took, a bit of damage from that Liquidation, which has, double the power of Aqua Jet. So yeah, he's just buffing his defense again. The Reflect is still up. Again, I forgot about this. I just thought, man, Gastrodon, you are weak, dude. I'm gonna need to start cursing more with this thing. But I didn't want to do that because I wanted to be able to outspeed the Perrserker, in case I could get maybe a flinch on it when it, de-Dynamaxes. So, at this point, the Perrserker's at neutral attack, but +4 defense or something, plus reflect, so I'm not going to be doing anything. I decided to go for an Earthquake just to see how much it would do, because obviously it's Stab or Rock Slide isn't. Rock Slide still gets boosted by Sand Force, which I actually have on this Gastrodon. Oh yeah, I was expecting to die to that Brave Bird, but I was like really surprised at how little it did. But honestly, I think that kind of helped out, because it means that Corviknight like got to take an attack instead of Gastrodon taking 2, which could have been maybe bad. Actually, maybe not, because I would have just recovered, because I have that on Gastrodon. So yeah, this you could probably see where this is going. I only have physical attackers on my team. I think... Do I even have a special attacker on this team at all? I don't think I do. I think the whole team is just physical attackers. So, yeah, and this guy, this Perrserker's like, I mean, yeah, he's like built to take physical attacks, obviously, and plus he's got the reflect and stuff. Honestly, kind of surprised he didn't like light screen, because that would have given it more like coverage or whatever. But yeah, so he he's healing more with leftovers than I'm doing with like Rock Slide. He's pretty much at full, even after the Earthquake. So I send in the boy, Scrafty, which honestly might be one of the best Pokemon in doubles. I just love Intimidate, and I love getting to fake out something, like when you come in, and then just getting like a free move with your other Pokemon. But at this point, I'm like, no fake out. We are going straight for the Dynamax, because if I take too much damage with Scrafty, I won't be able to heal it because I'm Assault Vested. And this is where the battle gets long, so I took the liberty of speeding it up double what it was before. Because this is honestly like longer than the first half of the match. So I'm going to throw out my big balls, get my big ass lizard chav guy whose pants are too big for him. Should probably return those, mate. And yeah, you see how little that Leech Life did, because I have the Reflect up. And I knew that. I remembered that I had the Reflect up, so that's good. Even though I'm like max special defense or something. But yeah, so the max Knuckle I went for actually boosts my attack on both my guys, and that was my plan. I was like, okay, I'm going to buff Scrafty's attack, but then I realized it buffed both of them, and I was like, oh, okay, sweet, so Gastrodon will still be useful. Because honestly, it was just kind of existing to take attacks at this point. So, I'm going to buff up 3 times with max Knuckle, which, like, by itself is doing nothing to the Perrserker. Honestly, this thing is so weird. Like, who would have believed it if you said that this was like an evolved form of Meowth? Like, before the game came out, no one would have believed you. I'm like 90% sure. But this thing has like amazing defense. And oh yeah, right there I get a crit on the Golisopod. Kind of serves you right. I was getting like I wasn't getting any flinches or anything on the Perrserker. That's kind of what I was relying on. So he curses again here, interestingly enough, instead of just going for damage. Because I guess at this point he's probably -1 after the Intimidate. So he probably wanted to, like, he figured he was going to live for a while, because, like, all I have are physical attacks. He's behind a Reflect still. The Scrafty's, like, checking his pants. He's like, man, this is uncomfortable. Why'd you make me so big? And the Golisopod's going to Leech Life, but that does nothing because I am the bulky boy. I feel like that Max Knuckle did even less than the last one, but maybe I'm just imagining. But at this point, the stage is set. I can Rock Slide, it doesn't KO, but then this is where the Reflect wears off, I think. And then I was like, oh, I was attacking a Reflect this whole time. What an idiot. I think he must have had the Light Clay on that Orbeetle thing. So yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, sweet, the Reflect wore off, now I can actually hurt him. So now I'm like, okay, high jump kick time, baby. And then I just finished the Golisopod off with Rock Slide. I was really scared to Earthquake, because like, even though I had the Reflect up, I'm not actually sure if the Reflect works on your own attacks. It probably does, but still. Oh man, it's all slow now. I'd actually just made this normal speed because it's the end, but it feels almost like I slowed it down, but I swear I didn't. So the Perrserker just dies to a +3 high jump kick at this point. See you later, you little annoying cat. And the Rock Slide is going to do it for the Golisopod. So, kind of not an amazing battle, but I wanted to try doing this format anyway, and I thought this battle would be pretty good. It's weird how, like, I feel like I was getting matched up against better people in, like, the earlier ranks. This time, I'm kind of just getting a bunch of, like, pretty basic-ass teams, or just weird ones like that. Oh yeah, you can see me, like, this is checking the stats. He's got a shiny starter there. Yeah, so he had, what did he have on this guy? Like, what was the item? Probably Light Clay, right? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Yeah, really odd set on that thing. Like, U-turn and, like, Confuse Ray. Yeah, this thing's only attacking move was Iron Head, so he was probably planning to use Rest with the damn thing. Anyway, so that's gonna like do it for this one, I guess. Thank you for watching, and I'll maybe do more of this kind of setting next time as well, but I'll see how I feel. I might just stick to live stuff though. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles.